Pretty significant moment. You and Jim Acosta were talking to Sarah Sanders and asking about the controversial tweet by the president, the one where he wrote in part, quote, "There is a revolution going on in California. So many sanctuary areas want out of this ridiculous crime-infested and breeding concept." And, you know, everyone tried to understand what the word breeding could mean. That was not a racist interpretation. And here is the exchange that you and Jim had with Sarah.
When he used the word breeding, was he making a derogatory term about Latinos in California, that they breed a lot or that they're prone to breeding?
No, he's talking about the problem itself growing and getting bigger.
What did he mean by breeding?
Again, the president has recognized that this is a major problem, and a lot of people, even in California, want to see the issue of sanctuary cities addressed, and the president's doing what he can to do that.
What does breeding mean to this president? Because when you think of breeding, you think of animals breeding, populating.
I'm not going to begin to think what you think. Certainly, I think that it can mean a lot of things to a lot of people, but the president is talking about a growing problem, and I addressed that with Jim. I don't have anything else to add.
I mean, April, it's not funny, but yet I hear this. It could mean a lot of things to a lot of people. The president has recognized this is a major problem, but we never define what the this is. I mean, she never actually will go there.
Right, and that begs the question again, what does breeding mean? And, you know, I even called California Congresswoman Barbara Lee. She said it's disgusting, period. He meant what he said. Because some people are trying to say that there was an autocorrect issue with this president. And if it was a problem, he would have said, I made a mistake, or recorrected or corrected it, what have you.
What was it supposed to be, an autocorrect even? I don't even...
It was supposed to be, according to some people that were talking, some reporters that were talking, they said breeding contempt. Now, if it was breeding contempt, you would change it, wouldn't you? So, you know, and I talked to Congresswoman Barbara Lee of California. She said he meant what he said in that tweet. And I'm still waiting to find out, you know, what the president meant by breeding. I don't want to assume, and I asked her an open-ended question. But so many people can take it so many different ways, I guess. But I'm asking what the president meant.
And you know what? If it was an autocorrect, Frank, she should have said. And it wasn't.
Well, that would be a great way out of it. But it's just so...
By the way, if there's autocorrect for him, it would be fixing a whole lot of spelling errors and other things, which it doesn't make it a point.
Like nobody ever needed autocorrect. But, you know, I mean, this is not a man who's very artful with his language. The idea that he used the word breeding as a synonym for growing or spreading, that just doesn't pass the laugh test. That's not the way Donald Trump thinks or the way he writes.
No. And obviously the word breeding here, you know, all kinds of implications, April, that could come for it, and pretty much all of them are pretty racist. In fact, all of them are pretty racist.
Yes, because you're talking about a community that you're looking down as animals, and it's ugly. It's an ugly statement. And if this president is the president of all America, if I were a Latino American, I'm a minority American. I mean, we've heard things before. We've heard S-hole comments. We've heard things about Charlottesville. We've heard the Confederate stuff. I mean, this just builds on it, and it's not normal. And let's just say it's not normal. Well, for polite company, it's not acceptable. So if he thinks Latinos breed, that's what he thinks, but it's wrong.
And of course, Frank, it's the context, she points out, of what he has said before.
Oh, yeah.
About Charlottesville and other things that make it, this is consistent with that, not inconsistent with that.
Yeah, this is from President